what's good? And welcome to my review of this week's episode of The Reflection. So let's talk about it. And guys, starting off, this episode was far better than last week's. We got to see a lot more. We got to see some backstory. We got to see the backstory of I Guy, as well as seeing some other stuff. And overall, it was a better episode. Now, is it better than My Hero Academia's episode this week? Hell no! Hell no, hell no. And I feel like the series will never actually, really be that much of a threat to My Hero Academia. I really doubt the series is ever going to, meet its own. Let's be honest, My Hero Academia is not only one of the top best-selling manga series that's publishing right now. It is also part of the big three of Shonen Jump with, One Piece and Black Clover. And let's be honest, My Hero Academia is the best out of those three. And not only that, but it's also done by the goats themselves, Studio Bones. So, while we got Reflection, which is a source created by Stan Lee, that's done by some Chinese anime studio. So, I don't really think the series will actually ever really compete with it. They've not cut Claude. Maybe it will. Maybe it might. Maybe one week it'll be like a better episode than My Hero Academia. But I seriously doubt that, guys. But yeah, let's talk about this episode. So we start this episode off. We go 3 years in the past with the reflection of how it actually happened, which it was pretty much just like this green, cloud of this green cloud that pretty much just engulfed the Earth, pretty much, because we saw it go through New York City and a bunch of other places. I believe also France. I believe France and I think somewhere in the Middle East. We saw it engulf a bunch of those green smoke, and then lasers, I guess, and purple or black puffs of smoke coming down to the surface level, and taking people out. And then we go to modern day New York City, where I'm guessing the president of the United States. I'm guessing he's the president. Is talking about the reflection, how many people died, how we miss them, you've lost a lot of stuff, but you haven't lost everything, blah, 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 usual shit. And then there's this one woman in a cloak that's like, no, you have forgotten us, you just turn a blind eye, and she says no. Then she goes up to the podium. I'm guessing on top of where there's a bunch of these cops circling around her. She pretty much turns on her flames, and then she walks up to the podium. The president, I'm guessing Secret Service, get him out there, and she talks about how you've forgotten us. Those are fake tears you're crying, blah blah blah. So so it's pretty much the Brotherhood of Mutants, honestly. Because if you watch X-Men, you know about the Brotherhood of Mutants, about versus Professor X. It doesn't help that the guy that looks like Cyclops, we do get his name is X-On, looks a lot like Cyclops from one of the X-Men comics. I believe it was all new X-Men. But yeah, so she's pretty much like the leader of the Brotherhood of Mutants, honestly. He's literally the Brotherhood of Mutants. Which, fun fact, for any X-Men fans watching this video, if you were a fan of the 90s series, I highly recommend you check out the Japanese version of the intro to this series. The Japanese intro, I honestly think actually tops the American intro. Trust me. Look it up on YouTube. You will be shocked at how good it is. The Japanese, I would love to see a whole anime in that style. Seriously, why? I would love to see a whole X-Men anime like that. She's going to talk, and then we actually see her using, I'm guessing, telepathy. Telepathically talking to Oliver, a Brotherhood of Mutants rejects. They look like people out of the Brotherhood of Mutants, honestly. They look like them. Especially meet up with Alpha, Beta, and where you actually see the GOAT himself, Stan Lee, make his cameo appearance. And man, it was good seeing him in. And Barry Stan Lee was saying, I can't leave up your thoughts, Alpha. And then we actually see X-On, which I'm debating whether I'm just going to keep calling him X-On, or maybe you might hear me call him Cyclops on the occasion. We see X-On, he's sneaking around the crowd, taking out the rest of her comrades, taking them out, and then we actually, while that's going on, we actually see I Guy appears, and the song's playing, blah, 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 blah. And then she tells him to release all the guys, which is the Bat and the Frog that we saw in the first episode. This episode was kind of like explaining what exactly what happened before the fight of the episode 1 started. How also kind of telling what the behind the scenes. It's kind of like that, where some movies, something happens and then they go back in time and show you how it got to that point. That's kind of what this episode did. And then then we see the fight again between of X-On versus the guy that could extend his, that can like make his arms huge and shit. And he takes him out, and we see a little bit of the water guy. But then we get back to where we were at the end of last week's episode, where X guy met up with the girl. I don't think we've gotten her name yet at all. With the girl's apartment in Baltimore, and then she's pretty much it's just pretty much like, surprised how she does her homework, and then he tells her like, oh, you have your powers too, that you can like capture me at the speed of light, and then he finds out that she actually really can't really control her powers well, and she actually tells him, she actually says Wraith to her when she's like staring at her, she says Wraith, and she's like, huh? And he's like, thank goodness you're just some stalker. And we found she actually, then she like teleports out there, lands on a box, and we found that she really can't really control her powers that well, and then she pretty much just gives us her backstory about how she was bullied, she's been running, and there's no place for her, and she's tired of running, and she wants, Exxon to take her as her student, which he does. He's not really feeling that, he doesn't really want to do that, but he does tell her to, stop stalking him, and tells her to, take your interest on locating or, like, learning about race. Whoever Wraith is, and then we see her later on the episode on her computer doing she's actually doing the L stance while she's sitting at the computer. While she's doing that, she finds out she was like, I'm guessing she searched the camera footage she had into like the New York security footage, or I don't know, those are just photos or something. I don't know how she got that stuff. She found this dude in the block, which I'm guessing where the episode ends with Wraith. So then we get to Odd Guy, where we get to his backstory, where it's him and a guy in a suit that looks a little bit like Tony Stark. Where we get his backstory, where he was when the reflection incident happened. He was pretty much drunk at some party, and then we get to see the behind the scenes happen when the fight happened at the beginning of last week's episode with Odd Guy versus the Toad and the Bat. Where we find out that actually he has like a crew that I'm guessing is like a TV show or something, because they're talking about like they were like telling make sure they were like saying like hammer A, B, C, D, get those ready up, and talk about like make sure everything's in frame and stuff of that sort. So I'm guessing it kind of reminds me of like that superhero team in Civil War, that TV show they like to call it the whole Civil War incident in the comic. And that kind of reminded me. So they're pretty much telling them, they're giving him directions how to get back to Times Square, because he's dealing with the bad, and so the people can see him, and entertainment, fanciness, I guess, showing himself and make a good impression. And so we get pretty much see the fight. We pretty much see, and then we see the same, and we see him in the same as like that girl that in the building that I believe the Bat kidnapped and threw out the window, and then I got pushed her right back in there. We see those clips again, and then we see, then we see his backstory about, where he was when the reflections happened, when he was drunk at a party. We see him actually, there's this one funny part where he's actually, we're on a plane, where some people are on a plane to LA, and this little kid looks outside the window, and he's chilling on the wing, and he's like, alright, and then he leaves, and then takes out, I'm guessing a car chase, in LA, and he takes this guy with like 8 arms, and he takes him out of the car. He punches him. He lets him punch up a few times, which does no damage to his armor. He gets arrested, and and I believe and then Bruce says, and then the report tells him, hey, are you gonna keep protecting LA? And he's like, I love LA, and then we get back to then we get back to the girl, researching race. I think that was security footage she was looking at. Don't know how she got access to it, but she looked it up, found this dude in a cloak, and then the episode ends there, which I'm guessing that's who Wraith is, or maybe it's Stan Lee's character in this show. So overall, this was a much better episode than last week. We got to see guy's backstory, where it's pretty much a dude in a suit that looks a lot like Tony Stark. We got to see a little bit more of Exxon and the new guy, and we also got to see Stan Lee. I mean, that alone makes this episode better than last week's. So overall, I do have faith in the series that it might be a pretty good series, although anywhere near the quality of Hero Aka, maybe not. I guess we'll keep watching and find out, guys. So overall, I give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. Really good episode. Now let's go on to a new segment of these videos, the Saturday Morning Wars, where I pretty much just talk, or I'm going to tell you which series had the better episode this week, and this week it goes to Hiroaka again. So Hiroaka is 2-0, with the Reflection 0-2. So So yeah, guys, I also got one reaction video planned for you guys as well. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, and as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.